We are going to have an Academy Award presentation. All right? And to help us in facilitating this and kind of helping us get an idea again about what this might look like with the specific ask we have, we've asked Cricket from Results to kind of help us through this process. She's going to tell a little bit about results, why our actors are coming up, and we're getting the mics up here. So.
Yeah. Thanks. Ooh, this is Hi, everybody. How y'all doing? Woo! We are going to have a few players come up here to help us to go through what a lobby meeting looks like. I wanted to go back to the budget and appropriations question real quick, though, and just say that the budget committee actually directs the top line levels to appropriation committees. And so there are 13 appropriation committees, and the budget committee sets the top line levels for each of those subcommittees on appropriations. So just to give you that. So whatever they say is the top line where they start making the divvying up. Oh, there you are. I see you. So my name's Cricket Nikovich. I'm a senior policy associate at Results. Results is a grassroots advocacy organization that has about 100 chapters around the U.S. that focuses on both domestic and global poverty issues. And what we do is we actually train people on how to be effective advocates. And we do a lot of things like you're about to see here. Role playing. Practice makes perfect. Every time you practice your ask and start thinking through what you want to say, how you want to say it, you're going to just be better and better. I saw a lot of hands go up when you said you'd actually had a lobby meeting before. How many people have not had any kind of lobby experience before? Okay, there's a good number of you, okay? The other question is, how many of you who have had lobby meetings had them go completely awry? Any? Me? Oh my gosh. So sometimes, you have members of Congress who want to talk and talk and talk and just keep talking, and you never come back to your point that you really wanted to make. Sometimes you have staffers who don't know anything about your issue, and so you have to spend a lot of time really building them up and learning about the issue. And sometimes you have people in your meeting, and this happens, and some of us are at fault, who talk about something that you wanted to say, but you say a lot of things you didn't want to talk about for the most of the meeting, and then you may come back to the end subject. So you really want to try and narrow and focus your meeting and really set a tone for having a message and coming back to it every time. So we're going to have what we consider a really good meeting. Senator Smith's staffer. This is Kate. And so I'm going to have everybody introduce themselves standing up here. These are all of our partner organizations, and they're going to give us a really great meeting. So Kate, say your name.
My name is Kate Gaskell. I'm with the Evangelical Lutheran Church in Americas at the ELCA Washington office.
But today, Kate is Senator Smith from Ohio's aide, okay?
I'm a legislative aide, yes.
Legislative aide, okay.
My name is Sarah Rohr. I'm one of the regional organizers in the New York office of Bread for the World.
Great.
And my name is John Gonzalez. I'm the other regional organizer in the New York office with Sarah for Bread for the World.
I'm Larry Couch. I'm a lobbyist for the National Advocacy Center of the Sisters of the Good Shepherd.
Great. So we're going to have them come in and introduce themselves to Kate, Senator Smith's aide, and see what a really good lobby meeting can look like, and see, and by the way, Senator Smith is a supporter of our issues. Has been in the Senate for many years, kind of knows a little bit about what we're doing, and Kate has been in the office for 8 months.
Yeah, I'm pretty new.
She's new. Okay, 8 months.
Welcome. Are you guys my 11 o'clock?
Yes. Hello, my name is Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
Good to
I'm
meet
Kate.
you.
It's wonderful to meet you. Hi.
John.
I'm Kate. Nice to meet you, John.
Larry Couch.
Larry, it's nice to meet you. Where are you all from?
We're actually from the Youngstown, Ohio area.
Oh, Youngstown. My aunt lives in Youngstown. Youngstown's so pretty, isn't it? I just love that Main Street area, isn't it? I just find it so cute. Is that Dairy Queen still there?
It is.
Oh, okay. So do you guys are you Ohio State fans? Are you following March Madness?
No, no, not at all. I'm sorry. Oh. My family's from Michigan, so you'll forgive us.
Okay.
But we're here with the Ecumenical Advocacy Days, and we'd like to.
Sure. Well, let's go on in and get started. I was able to get the conference room. Well, great. We're thrilled you're here. Ecumenical Advocacy Days. Can you tell me a little bit about this organization or this event, rather?
Absolutely. Actually, we are three of about 750 Christians from across the nation who just spent the whole weekend learning about economic justice and talking about our nation's priorities. So actually, that's why we wanted to come here today, is to talk a little bit more about that with you as we move into this budget conferencing this year.
Sure, that sounds wonderful. To start, I'll tell you a little bit about Senator Smith and my experience with this office. Senator Smith has been in the Senate now representing the state of Ohio, since 1982. He actually first came to the Senate, and he actually serves on the Health, Education, Labor, Pension Committee, as well as the Agriculture Committee and the Small Business and Entrepreneurship Committee. And I've been with the office for about 8 months, and I'm thrilled to be meeting with you today.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, actually, because of a lot of those committees that the senator is on, you can appreciate we're here because people in the United States, but also internationally, are really struggling to have a dignity of life, to be able to provide for their basic needs. And so we really wanted to come and say that we want a faithful budget. We, as people of faith, are looking for our budget to reflect a concern for the common good, and also programs that will move people out of poverty and that will protect the environment. These are the issues that we really want to see lifted up as our nation's priorities.
Senator Smith is certainly a champion of looking out for Ohio's vulnerable families. Serving on the Agriculture Committee for several years now, he was very active in SNAP negotiations with the last Farm Bill, and we're looking forward to being a vocal force again on that with this new reauthorization coming up.
We appreciate that. Because one of the other things specifically that we're looking for is to give people economic livelihoods. And on the Education Committee, I'm sure he can appreciate part of that is good education and then good jobs to follow that education up with good living wage. But also that international piece about quality international aid is the other part of that.
Certainly. And, international aid is certainly important, and we don't want international people to be poor, but we have a lot of people at home that are hurting. Senator Smith is just such an advocate for those Ohio families that have just really lost a lot in the recent recession, and so we are very, very focused on getting Ohio and the United States back on its feet.
Right, and we're very concerned about that as folks from our own churches and our own parishes in Youngstown. We hear the same concern that the folks on the ground are having. But in many cases, we're also telling our folks, and we'd like you to also let you know, this is an investment. Okay, we're talking about the budget with a large B, and this is an investment that needs to be done internationally before we can get into global instability. We need to really make sure that a lot of these international aid programs and these poverty-focused development assistance programs that are being kept are sustained. Otherwise, it's going to be a very unstable environment that we're going to live in, and that's going to come with its own financial repercussions. So we'd like Senator Smith to please be able to promote these programs and see it from that lens.
Yeah, if I could add to that. Again, my name is Larry Couch. I'm the chair of the Justice and Service Committee of St. Elizabeth. And first we'll talk about international things. I'm anxious to talk with you too about the needs of the poor people in Youngstown, because our parish deals with them on a daily basis. But since we're talking about the international aid, I had the opportunity to go to Honduras, which is the third poorest country in our hemisphere. Been there 3 times, and the poverty is extreme. And they desperately need assistance. They need economic development. I also had the opportunity to go to Haiti 2 times, and I'm scheduled to go there in the beginning of May. And I remember the last time I was there was in Port-au-Prince, and right next to us there was this tent city with about 1,000 people living there. And I had opportunity to go there and with another person bring some medication to this young boy who was dying of bone cancer. and everyone was trotted together as minimal sanitary facilities, a great danger to the women, and sexual molestation. I mean, it just...
Oh, really? That was...
Oh, right, horrendous. But fortunately, a lot was being done through international aid, and a lot was being done by our country. And if I could just talk just for a minute, but I remember hearing Gandhi say, reading Gandhi one time saying to a young man, if you want to know how to spend the rest of your life, think of the poorest person you ever lived, and then base your decision on that. And the person that comes to my mind is this young man I saw in Haiti, who was nothing but skin and bone. I guess he was about 21, and he was out begging. And I mean, how you could deny assistance to this person and talk about cutting back on foreign aid. Anyway, it's just outrageous. I mean, what we need to be talking about, how can we better serve these people? Thank you.
Sure. And could you actually send me that story that you just said? I'd like to share that with the senator.
Oh, I would be happy to. And actually,
Here's my card.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. My next trip to Haiti, I'll keep you informed into what I see. And,
Thank you.
And we do appreciate the help the senator has provided, and we do look for him to provide even a stronger leadership role.
And now something I want to touch back on what you had said regarding the Senator Smith's record with safety net programs. We're very thankful, and I want you to please convey that to the senator about his support in the past with programs like SNAP and WIC and tax credits, earned income, as well as child tax credits. But we really would like to ask if he can not only continue supporting, but push further with promoting these programs and defending these programs. Dear colleague letters. I don't know if that's a possibility, but I would really like Senator Smith to consider that and to raise this on the floor. These programs, and I know I'm talking to the choir in a sense, but they do work.
Certainly. Well, as I mentioned, Senator Smith is just a tireless voice for these programs. Unfortunately, we have such a harsh budget climate right now, and the other side is being very vocal. I don't know about the possibilities of these actions that you have said today, but we can certainly look into that and work with you further. As you know, it is an election year, and Senator Smith is unfortunately up against one of the toughest races that we've seen in a while. And to be quite honest, we're not hearing much from Ohioans that this is what they want people to talk about. We're hearing a lot about bringing jobs into Ohio, and of course, Senator Smith, being the champion of the people of Ohio, is certainly committed and dedicated to bringing those jobs and those factories in, and those good jobs, like you mentioned, with education. But Senator Smith will always defend programs like SNAP, like WIC, like TFAP, etc. However, we're just not hearing from Ohioans that these matter as much anymore.
Again, if I could just reiterate, we do appreciate his support. I mean, it's crucial to what we're doing. But at the same time, most recent census data that came out of the 100 metropolitan cities in the United States, Youngstown is the poorest, has the greatest concentration of poor people anywhere. And
we did see that.
Yes, I know. So for this reason, for no other, we expect him not only to support these programs, but be there on the floor, in the chamber, speaking up in a loud voice, proclaiming the need for these programs, the increased funding for these programs.
But I'm going to also pass you into a little secret here, all right? We're coming in from EAD, and there's a lot of folks out there with fire and passion right now. We're going to go into our own churches. We're going to preach this message and talk about this message, and we're going to have organizations like Bread for the World who are coming in to do workshops on this message. So you can let Senator Smith know that come a couple months, he's going to start hearing, he's going to start seeing some letters on a lot of these issues. So support is coming. We're not going to leave here empty-handed. Oh, by the way, here's my business card too.
Thank you so much.
Very welcome.
Thank you. Do you all have cards? I'll put them in the card reader.
Because you're going to hear from us. You're going to hear from us, and we're going to continue, promoting this message within our areas, within our various denominations, and yeah, we just very much want to make sure this is something that Senator Smith really goes a step ahead with.
It's really important to us. Those letters, those phone calls are extremely important to us. I mean, I can't even tell you, even if you were to write a letter to the editor and if you were to mention Senator Smith's name, like our press aide saves those clippings every day. She's here at 7 and she is and we have interns that have Google alerts. So like we keep track of what people are saying, and Senator Smith is a true representation of what Ohio wants to see done for the vulnerable
Thank
people.
you, and we do appreciate his leadership. But one thing I mentioned, ran out of time.
Oh,
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having
Oh
us.
yes, you're welcome.
I'd like to leave some information for you,
great.
just to talk a little bit more with a few more details about what we were talking about, and you'll be hearing from us soon. But we appreciate taking your time this morning.
Oh, well, thank you so much. And Senator Smith so appreciates your visit, too. I'm sorry he couldn't meet with you today. He's actually back home in Ohio, but he sends his best. Oh, okay. That's a great idea.
Thank you. Our Oscar-winning performances. So we're gonna leave the microphones up at the top two stands here, and I just wanted to ask y'all, what do you think? What do you think went really well in that meeting? What worked, and what really is something that you'll take to your meeting tomorrow or Monday? Kate, what worked for you?
What was really good as a staffer, I can really be an internal champion for your cause. And this group was very kind to me. They got to the point. They didn't let me chit-chat about Ohio State football or basketball. So they got on message rather quickly, and there wasn't a sense of disappointment that they weren't meeting with Senator Smith. There wasn't a sense of like, oh, I wanted the member and I got you 20-year-old, know nothing. So that's an extremely important message to send, that you're grateful for the staffers' time, because as I mentioned, they can really be a great internal champion for your cause.
Anything else you thought worked? Is there anything that you thought didn't work? It was pretty great. Okay, well, one of the, yeah?
In the past, we've been taught to kind of help control the staff from taking too much time to chit-chat by saying in the beginning, we'll take questions and answers at the end. We'd like to make maybe 4 points, and we'd be glad to have questions and answers at the end. Are we backing off of that kind of rigid approach now, or allowing the staffer to speak more?
So I would never, for me, and when I do lobbying meetings, I want it to be more of a conversation. And so as much as you give, you want to get from them. And so you're understanding what their issues are, what their concerns are, so you can respond appropriately. And if you go in and you say, actually, I want to tell you all about SNAP, and that person's an expert and has been working on SNAP for the past 10 years, doesn't really, you want to know what they know up front. And so I think having it as conversational as possible, but making sure you're coming back to your top line messages. What are your talking points? You can have that talking points sheet in front of you. Again, don't give it to them in the end. Keep it, that's yours. But I think that's helpful for them to just hear from you and to take from you. Oh.
We were told that there was supposed to be a group spokesman appointed, elected. I heard all three people here speaking quite a bit. Our group has 26 people in it. Are we all going to be talking, or is there really going to be
sir.
a group leader?
Are you really going into a lobby meeting with all 26 of you? For the Senate meetings, I guess. Okay, great. Yes, you're definitely going to want to appoint a spokesperson and maybe have 2 other people tell stories. I don't think you can everybody can introduce their name and where they're from in the town, but you got to do that quick. Otherwise, you're going to eat up all your time in your meeting just in making introductions and conversation. So you want to make sure you have a person who's taking notes. And remember, you have that lobby report form that you're taking back to church? Taking it back to the church at the end of the day. And you're going to want to have a person who's leading and actually making the ask. And maybe someone else who's like keeping time check, just to make sure that you're staying pretty concise and to the point, and so with a group of 26, it's going to be hard to monitor, right? So
The time point actually was what I was going to say. We didn't say how much time do you have for us so that we could make sure we got our point in before she's rushing off to the next meeting. So
yeah, exactly. Oh, and now are we almost at time? Oh gosh, y'all, you're going to have to ask your questions tomorrow. Thank you so much. I hope y'all have all have really great lobby meetings.